Morning guys, Jim here. Time for some chazzers. Not been here for a couple of weeks where I'm going today, so hopefully there's been a bit of a turnaround of stock. Obviously last time I was out I got a massive haul. I've not been out since then. I've been dealing with a backlog of clothing stock that we've got, but you know, there's always room for more. So let's go and see what we can find today. Let's go and have a look.
That's a direct order. Do it now.
Right, okay, finally remembered the GoPro. Thought today I'll try like a voiceover video to see how we get on with that, see if it's you know, entertaining, or if anyone enjoys that type of video. So here we are, first charity shop of the day. Had a quick look round the ladies section. Took a look through the coats, but unfortunately today nothing there that grabbed me. Most of the brands were, you know, your standard supermarket brands, Primark. Nothing really that stood out, unfortunately, today. So, onwards down to the men's section. Had a quick flick through, see if there's anything here. Nothing particularly of interest. That's Chicago Red Sox t-shirt. I maybe should have checked on that. This was a Sick Silk t-shirt. Again, should have probably checked on that. I'm not sure. I've heard of that brand, but I'm not sure if it's worth anything, but we left it. A couple of bits here as well that were potential purchases. We've got a nice Reese sweatshirt. It was £7.50. I wasn't sure. I've sold some Reese in the past, but this just didn't really grab me. Didn't really know what that was. I recognised the badge, but then when I picked it up and saw Arcana, it's a Renault t-shirt. It was quite badly stained though on the front, so again left that one. Nothing else. A couple of shirts grabbed my attention. Checked what these were, but they were Gap. Although Gap's a reasonable brand, I don't tend to pick it up when I see it unless it's something outstanding. This flannel shirt, I quite like that. It was Crew clothing. Nice shirt, to be fair. It was a small size, but still Crew are a good brand, and I do pick it up. I was unsure. I didn't know. I put it back. I did check it while I was in there on the phone a bit later. Decided to leave it in the end. Now I did like this shirt coming up here. This is a Quicksilver shirt. It was £4.50. I love Quicksilver as a brand myself. You know, I like that sort of surfy, skatey style. I did pick it up, kept it in my hand in ages, thinking shall I, shouldn't I, but in the end I left it. I think it probably could have got about 12 quid. Maybe I should have picked it up, but I decided in the end to leave it. That I like. Metallica, one of the best bands of all time. It's not a particularly old t-shirt, it's a 2010. It's also very worn, but I think that look might add to it. And the sleeves have been removed. Well, I think the sleeves have been removed. I need to have a closer look at it. But for that price, I'm always going to pick that up. Not sure why I picked this. It was made of like towel material. I can't think what the brand was. I can't remember, but I checked it and it didn't look very good at all. And then the same here. We've got here a Versace shirt. I spent a while looking at this one. Checked the labels. The labels actually looked good. The proper Italian labels. But it was £20, and I just thought, I'm not 100% sure if it was legit, and also at £20 I'm not going to buy that. Next shop, I spotted this Star Wars Mandalorian Monopoly in the window. I thought, oh, that looks nice. I'll check that on the phone. It's worth between £20 and £25, but they had it priced at £25, so pointless. So just checking on the phone here, but it really was not worth buying. Unfortunately, some of these shops do, well, I say unfortunately for us resellers, some of these shops have upped their prices considerably recently. But there's still some stuff to find. Had a quick look through the DVDs, nothing outstanding at all. And then on to the men's clothing. I've found a few bits in this shop in the past, but there was nothing there today, unfortunately. The polos are good. That Nike one was reasonable. Hollister there and a few other decent brands, but they're all like £8-9, and I'm just not going to pick them up at that money. I'm just not going to make any money at all, unfortunately. Saw some nice Nike trainers up here on the top. I can't remember what they were called, but they were a decent trainer. But the issue I had was the wear on the sole. They were really quite worn. They were already 25 quid, and I think that the wear on the sole just killed the value in those, unfortunately. Flip through the coats. Some nice jumpers again, but nothing worth picking up. Coat there piqued my interest because the badge on it was Audi, as in the car company, but there was no other tags or badging on the outside, so I left that one as well. Now what I did see here, I don't know if you can see it, just there next to Mr. Potato Head, is a Hornby Thomas the Tank Engine Gordon train. Now I'm a model railway person myself. I know that there's considerable money in trains. Now Gordon here was priced up at £65. Now I've sold one in the past for about 120, but it was a newer version. It had a different, how do I say, for novices, it had a different operating system, if you like, in it, so it was better than this one. This one being the standard DC Gordon, in reasonable condition, may be worth 75, but for 65 quid to purchase it, no, not for me. Into the next one, had a quick look around the bric-a-brac and the kids' toys. Unfortunately, nothing. And then again through the men's clothing, there was a couple of bits here. This green quilted jacket here, it's a Barber. Now I sell an awful lot of Barbers, but I did not recognise this one. I've not seen this specific one before, so I had a good look around it trying to find the tag that would have the model name of the jacket on. All Barbers have a tag in them somewhere, normally on an inside pocket. If there's no inside pockets, it'll be in one of the external pockets that will say the brand. So with the quilts, it's either like a Chelsea sports quilt or a Liddesdale or a Cavalry or a Berkeley or something along them lines. In this one, unfortunately, I just couldn't find a label with a name. There was a small tag there which I've not seen on a Barber like that before, so my gut instinct was, no, I'm going to leave this. Also, the poppers were plain. They didn't say Barber on. So I had suspicions if it was real, so I left it. Seeing as that was a Barber, I picked this up thinking, could this wax be? But no, this was actually an M&S wax jacket. Nice coat, to be fair, but they wanted 20 quid for it, and it's only going to be worth 25 to 30. This, though, really caught my attention. Brought back some memories of the fishing program Go Fishing with the great John Wilson. That's the Wanderer fishing vest that he used to wear. Well, not the exact one he used to wear, but you know, they sold them, and that was this one. So I checked it on the phone because it was 15 to see if it was actually worth it, and turns out it was, so I did pick that up. On to the next. This PDSA here seems to be getting hold of a lot of vintage clothing recently, so I do spend quite a lot of money in here. But I checked the bric-a-brac first. Found this nice hunting, I think it's a hunting bugle. I did have a good look over this. It wasn't much either. I think it was £4.50. I checked it on the phone, and there is value in them. But when I had a closer look, there was a little crack between the horn bit on the end and the actual body or tubing or whatever it's called. So again, I didn't think that was worth it. Whilst I had the phone out, I also checked out the vintage suitcase lying on the floor, and unfortunately no real resale value there. So on to the men's clothing. There's a couple of nice t-shirts here that I had a good look over. One was Under Armour, and then there was this Celtic shirt. Was quite worn. The badges were worn. The logo, the labels, etc., all looked legit. But the wear on it, the Daffabet sponsor on the front was peeling slightly. And there was there should be a green stripe all the way up to the neck, but again that had peeled off, so I left that, even though it was cheap, and if it had been reasonable there would have been a good return on it. I did leave that one. Next shop, this, although the pictures of the views obviously similar, did actually find some stuff in this shop. Took a while. I've only picked up a couple of items up until now. I did find quite a few here. Some t-shirts, just picked up a Gant one there, and a couple more that I thought were interesting, and the pricing, to be fair, in this shop is good. The stuff's priced for it to sell, so there's always a good turnaround of stock, and there's always some stuff for me to find. So I found a few t-shirts, checked through the rest because those ones were decent. I did spend a while just checking through. I think I found one more. Might be wrong. Maybe not. No, I didn't. Checked through the shirts as well, trousers, shoes, but nothing worth picking up. A quick look through the men's, and there was a cardigan I picked up in here, but it's not. I didn't catch it on film. Had a quick look in the bric-a-brac, and this caught my eye because of the Apple logo. It's some genuine Apple software for iPhoto. I checked again this on the phone while I was in there. It was only £3. It's not worth a huge amount, but picked it up. You see, I always make sure, if I'm unsure, just check. Get your phone out of your pocket, go on eBay and just check, because you don't want to be throwing money away on stuff that you're not sure of. Admittedly, I do make errors sometimes, but if you check stuff on your phone, you're making sure you minimise that. Into the women's coats, I spotted this super dry parka, popped it back, went off and checked, made sure it was okay, then come back, picked it up. It was 20 quid, but it is definitely worth buying. Whilst there, I had a quick flick through, found another coat. This is a Berghaus quilted jacket, and then just had another look through the coats to see if there was anything else worth picking up. I think there was another one, but again, I have not included that in the edit of the video, but you'll see it at the end. Next shop. Now this shop is notoriously heavily priced. Nice pair of Solomons there, $69.99. Another pair of trainers I look at, $79.99. It's a struggle. They do a lot of research in this shop for pricing, and they price very, very high. That said, sometimes they do miss stuff. This Musto Evolution gilet here, only at $12.99. If the Solomons are $69.99, that should be priced at least $39.99 because that's what it's worth. So we picked that up, had a flick through, unfortunately nothing else. So there we go, that was me, that's the GoPro footage. I'll hand back to me now and we'll have a look through the haul. Right, so there we go, that's me walking around the Chazza. So I was only there for probably 45 minutes. Picked up a few good bits, spent a little bit of money, but we'll easily double that after fees. I'll come to obviously figures at the end, so you can see. I'll also put in the completed listings over here so you can see what I'm on about. But yeah, not too bad. It's very hit and miss sometimes, these ones that I've been to. There's a lot of resellers in my area, so it's timing and everything else, but I got, I don't know, 15 items maybe today, so I'm reasonably pleased. I'll quickly run through them. It is clothing heavy. I'm a clothing reseller, I apologise for that. There is some other bits as well, but I get what I can get money from, and at the moment that is purely mostly clothing. That's the way it goes, especially with charity shops. So what did we get today? Found this nice Chaps quarter zip cardigan in red. Chaps is a like the cheaper brand of Ralph Lauren. It's in pretty good condition. If you can see, I need to step back from the light a bit. There you go. That Chaps was £5, easily £25. Very nice, super dry Expedition Parker in red. This is a ladies and it is a size 10. Paid up for it £20, but I did research it in the shop, so I knew that my money was safe there. There are a couple of marks on it, but I don't know if you can see them on the pocket here, some marks, but that's not really going to detract too much from it. Overall it's in really good condition. I said I paid up £20, but that's going to be 60 quid all day long. Nice Musto Evolution gilet. Musto is a predominantly sailing brand. They make sailing clothing, but they are very good. They've got royal crests, so they're approved by the royals, so that's good enough for me. Paid £12.99. It is used. There are a few bits and pieces on it, but even so, that should be 40 quid. That is a real quality item. A couple of nice t-shirts that I found in the same shop. I've got this Gant t-shirt, that one was £2. We've got this pretty green paisley t-shirt, that was £3. And then this Mammoth red t-shirt, got the elephant, well it's not an elephant is it, it's a woolly mammoth. You've got mammoth on the back there, and again the mammoth on the sleeve. Probably all the same person that donated them, because they're all so small, and the mammoth was £2 as well. What are we looking at? Somewhere around 15 for the Gant and the mammoths, and maybe 20 for the pretty green. So good t-shirts to find. Nice little Berghaus quilted jacket, purple. It's a UK size 10. Again, good condition. It's not a Hydra down. If it was, I'd be looking at £60–70. Paid a tenner for it. That should fetch me somewhere in the region of 30. Drop one. Got this monsoon ladies overcoat. It's belted. It's wool and cashmere blend, so it's lovely and soft. Monsoon's a reasonable brand. Paid up again at a tenner. Not as much as I expected on that one. Should see about £25. This one brought back a lot of memories. This is, well, I'll show you what it is. It's a fishing vest. It's a Masterline Wanderer. These vests were worn by a fisherman called John Wilson on his TV programme Go Fishing. Used to love watching it. The guy was a legend. He passed away recently, unfortunately. Yeah, really nice piece of kit that for fishermen. Really good quality. Again, paid up 15 quid, but I know my money's safe. I mean, on auctions, as you can see, they're selling for around 40. So I'll list it for 50 to 60 and see what goes. I know I'm going to get 40 anyway at the end of the day. I think that's it for clothing. Well, is it clothing? It's shoes, as I keep saying. Pair of Vans high tops. These are fur lined, blue suede. They are a men's size 9.5. They were $9.99. They need a clean, but underneath a little bit of dirt, they are in good condition. I reckon somewhere around 25 for those. Picked up this. I've never bought anything diving, but I saw it in the glass cabinet while I was in there. Thought I'd research it while I was in the queue, and I'm pretty glad I did. This is a Sunto Gecko dive computer. I need to fully test it and make sure it's all working, but it's in good condition. It's got the user manual, and it's also got the modes and operations quick guide. I paid up again 35, but I had checked it while I was in the shop, and I know that will sell for between 70 to 80. So nice little find. So never found anything like that before, but checked it, good profit in it, so bought it and we'll sell it. And lastly, just a bit of Apple software. This is Aperture 3 for iPhoto. Again, checked it in the shop, £3, 10 to 15, so not too bad. So there we go. In total today, spent £132 at the charity shops. Listing will be around £390. After fees, which I calculate at 15%, that would be £58, and then postage, which I, for this, estimate at £3 an item. Some may be more, some may be less, but generally Hermes under a kilo is £2.89 or something like that. So I use £3 as my estimate for that. So that would be £39 postage for all those items. So taking away that, I'm left with £160 pure profit. That's after the money that I've spent as well. So not too bad for an hour. Didn't find much until the end of the trip, so I was getting a bit, I'm going to do anything, but it worked out all right in the end. Hope that's of some use to you guys. I say there'll be at least weekly videos from us going forward, so please like, subscribe and hit the ding dong bell. I will see you all in the next one very soon. Bye for now.